Okay, hi everyone, and welcome to our trading room for today. It's Monday. Just before I start, I would like to do some sound check. So let me know if you hear me and see the screen. All right, thank you. Thank you, Fadi. Okay, I will wait another 1 or 2 minutes. I'll be back to you soon and we will start. Okay. Okay, I'm back. So thank you for joining us for today. I am Snir. I will be with you in this trading room for today as every Monday. We will analyze pairs together. You are more than welcome to write on the chat box which any other pairs you prefer to analyze together. And we can discuss even different assets, even if we don't offer these assets in the Fiverr program yet, like commodities or indices. If you want, we can check it too. Just to remind you all, we few weeks ago we launched our new source, which is the trading idea on the website, and you are more than welcome to participate in this excellent source for traders who want to share their idea and get comments from others, from us also. And you also can write comments to other people and be involved in discussions that will might help you to get decisions. So be part of it, our trading idea. You'll find it under the trading resource on the top menu on the dash on the website. Okay, one more thing, just to let you know, we are about to launch a new platform, the MT5, from tomorrow or the day after. In the next 1 or 2 days, we will start to provide only the MT5 platform. For those who already in our program with MT4, I'm not sure that we can switch the account to the MT5, maybe, but for now I cannot tell you. So just to let you know, we are always ahead to improve our service, and the MT5 is, at least from what I know, much better than the MT4. And okay, that's all. So let's start. I would like to start to talk about the supply demand method, which for those who don't know me, or for those who do know me, I trade, and the method I usually use, not usually, always, I rely on supply demand levels, critical levels on the chart, levels that holding unfilled orders that belongs usually to large institutes like banks, federal banks, hedge funds, and on and on. And last Thursday, I had a trading room, it's kind of webinar because it was open for the public, not only for 5S traders. And I tried to get inside details and give a bit more information about supply demand method. So from anyone here among us, if you have any questions, I would like to dedicate the first 10 minutes maybe to see if any one of you any specific questions regard supply demand levels. I mean, if you have any specific questions like how you identify them and you need further explanation about some part of this method, be my guest. Just write it down, your questions on the chat box. I'll try to go through all the questions, and in a few minutes we will start to analyze the pairs together for the upcoming week. So let's take these few minutes. And okay, let's start with the first questions. Just to let you know, if you just write down, sorry, if you choose at the bottom of the chat box, under the to section, just choose all panelists and attendees that everyone will be able to see your questions and be part of it and discussed. So of course you don't have to, but it will be much more comfortable. So does supply and demand also apply on higher time frames like weekly or daily? Okay, the questions is yes, but yes, but we always need to go to the lower time frames. I'll give you an example here. If I just look at this 4H time frame, you see the top here, and we don't have any indication from the left because it's far away when the last time the price been in this level. I'll go to the daily chart, and now I can see here a supply. Of course, on the daily chart, it seems like good supplies. The price rise up very fast, a little delay, and fall down from that level, at least from what we can see from this daily chart. But of course, if we can go to the 15 minutes here at this situation, maybe we will see something like this. The price goes up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. And also the drop down was maybe less powerful than its seem. Maybe it was like down and up and down and up and down and up. Just on the daily chart, it seems very aggressive. Okay, so we always have to go to the lowest time frame as we can to make sure that the price really left this area aggressively and fast. So at this case, let's for example take the 4H time frame and roll back. And as you can see on the 4H time frame, you can see that the beginning here at the very top, it's you can see how these candles look. The real drop start from this level here. You can see again, at least from this 4H time frame. Maybe if we go back to the 1H time frame, we'll get zoom in a better picture, and we will see that the massive drop starts from here, maybe. Okay, so I hope you understand my point. So it's always better to check these levels at the lowest time frame as you can. Even if you see this supply level on the daily chart, it's much better to go to the lower time frames at these times and make sure the price left this area aggressively. Okay, I'll go with the next questions. How you can identify when a particular supply demand level has expired? Well, that information we don't really have. There is no expiration date for unfilled orders. Uh, I believe that the interest of these big institutes that sold many orders here still exist, even after a few years. The questions is, do we get from that level only reaction, or maybe the momentum will go back and we will get much higher potential of profit? Okay. And for that question, I can partly answer because I believe that if the price came back to this supply, but when it came back now after a long time, it came back as a bullish momentum, then I think there are unfilled orders here and you can see the reaction for now. But it's a bit more risky and we cannot be sure that the price will change the momentum back to be bearish. Okay? And let's imagine that if the price was created this supply and then from that level here immediately go all the way up to visit this supply, then we could say, okay, the price reached this supply level and the momentum is bearish. From my experience, it's much better to sell when the momentum is bearish or to buy when the momentum is bullish. Okay, now the price get back to this level. It is the first time the price touched this supply, but we must understand that The power now is bullish. We still get this reaction, as you can see here. Okay? One more example to make this more clear. Let's say that here below, I think there is a demand. Okay? The point I'm trying to get you to understand is that at the moment, the price is bullish. Also, if the price will take all this technical correction down, okay, we can still say that the price is bullish. It is just a technical correction. And then we can buy here on the first touch when the momentum is bullish, which is much better to be with the momentum always. Okay. If we come back to a supply level 3 times, how will we know it will react? Well, we don't. And that's the idea behind supply demand. Supply demand levels should be traded only at the first time the price touch these levels. Because after the first time, it is no longer supply or demand, it became support and resistance. Okay? A supply level that the price touched already 2 or 3 times, it's considered as resistance, not supply anymore. And just think logically. If we had unfilled orders on that level here, we can just know it by the visual picture we have in front of our eyes. We can just know it because the price left this area aggressively. So we can consider that somewhere here above there are unfilled orders, but we never know how much. We don't have an inside information. Okay? We can just assume that there are unfilled orders waiting here for the price to come back. We don't know how much. I think you will agree with me that the first time is the most safe time to take action at this level, because if we get the reaction and a good profit, then that's great. If the price came back to this level on the second time after a while and we already had the first touch, I think you can agree with me that now the risk that there are no more unfilled orders at this level, the chance for this is higher. And on the third and on the fourth time, we can definitely not be sure that there are still unfilled orders waiting here. Okay, so that's the only logic I can tell you about. Okay, you had the US dollar yen 3 weeks. Okay, 3 weeks and close should have held. I'm still in CAD yen. Okay, we will analyze some of the pairs very soon. We can check the CAD yen, of course, also. Okay, I think there are no more questions, at least for this time. And we can start to check the pairs together and see what's going on for the next days. I'll start with the CAD yen, as you just asked now, Chase. All right, so let's go to the CAD yen. And let's start with the weekly chart. According to the weekly chart, we can only see that the price, first of all, is in a very strong bullish momentum, as you can see here. And we are about to reach a difficult area to break out. You can see what's going on here. It's resistance slash supply. Why I'm saying slash? Because this is in a reaction of the original supply, probably here from the left. As you can see, the few small candles and the continuation of this drop. It seems like a reaction for this supply on the left. Therefore, I would consider this area more resistance than supply. But even on the second time, I mean, on the first touch here, still the price left this area again. It seems like fast on the weekly chart. We can check out on the daily how this level looks. And we do have the top here. Again, according to this daily chart, okay? Here it is. And we can see the rally, base, and the drop. All right. Now, I think that there is another supply hiding here. I'm not sure we have it on the 4H time frame. I'm really curious to see this. It was on the 2018. Let's see. Not enough history. I would like to check it on the trading view even and share it with you. So it will take a few seconds. That's an interesting picture. Okay, here it is. Let's go down to the 4H time frame. Sorry, I didn't share the right screen, so I'll just make a new share. Just let me know if you can all see the Canadian screen on TradingView. Great, thank you. By the way, after Amir, you asked about the broker. I felt some manipulation rather than other broker. I think it's not the right place to write it down. The meaning of this trading room is to provide added value to the traders. But if you ask, I will give you a short answer for this. We do have some issues, technical issues with our liquidity provider lately. As you probably know, if one of the traders got damage from this situation, we always and immediately compensate any loss that caused due to these problems with the feed that provided by the liquidity providers. And we are now switch the provider to a different one that should really help us to filter this slippage situation, especially during the rollover time, which is in fact a real market conditions. Just most of the retail broker, are filtering this situation in order to prevent damage for the traders. And we are doing a very hard work in order to change the liquidity provider in order to prevent situation like this in the near future. Anyway, if you got some hurt or if you got some damage and loss according to this specific situation, you are more than welcome to send us an email with the account and ticket. We will check it out, and if need, we will compensate the account. Okay, not always, of course, only if it's a situation that reflects by the technical issue of the feed that provided by our liquidity providers. Lately, it doesn't happen. It should not happen in the next time from now on. Okay, so that's the short answer I can give you here. I hope it will give you an explanation for this. All right, so let's go back to the trading. Well, we need to roll back to 2018. You'll see exactly now what I mean when I say you need to roll back and okay, that's the situation. What we saw on the daily, on the weekly chart, it's all these levels. So let's put lines. I think here we have these few small candles which represent supply. And also there are here also small supply that could be nice for action. But the top one, which I believe that the price is ahead to, is this one here. Again, according to this 4H time frame. If I would really need to be accurate and open position here, I think I would try to look for even for the roll down to the 1H time frame and get a better picture here. But let's take this picture on the 4H time frame, and it's good enough for now. The price is about here. You can see the red dot line Here is the price. So we already passed this supply. We are about to reach this one, and the top one is here. So let's go back to the present times. Okay. That's the top one. This is the first one that we can see the price just rolling down to the 1H time frame. Okay. The price broke out, as you can see. And here is the second one we just marked according to the 4H time frame 2 years back. Here. So you can mark this level and see if you get some reaction from that level. But for now, as I said, the price is bullish. I would take the risk maybe to sell on the first touch. Here, it's far away. But I think the potential of the profit here and the potential to get some even reversal from that level is higher. Okay, so that's for the CAD against the Japanese yen, the loonie against the yen. And if I would need to look for a level to buy, it's probably somewhere here according to this 1H time frame. I don't have a clear level to take the risk, even according to this 15 minutes. I don't really have. Maybe if I'll take this to this level here, I would maybe take the risk here on the first touch. Maybe the price will take all the way down as a technical correction. I think only if the price reach that level slowly and easy, I'll consider to buy here on the first touch, because the price left this level, but not very dramatic, let's say. You can see how it looks. It looks wealthy and good, not aggressively and fast as usually I like to see. But if the price reaches that level slowly, I will consider to buy on the first touch of the price as the supply above that we just marked as a target. Okay, I think that's for the Canadian, the loonie against the yen. And let's check in 5-minute charts. I truly don't see any good opportunity for the short-term situation. By the way, here, if I was a scalper or short-term trader, it's a nice level to try to take some few pips. You can see the few small candles and the continuation of the rally. Okay. All right, so just write down if you have another pairs that you prefer to check. We will go through this and we can check the gold. By the way, okay, if we already here on this platform, let's check the gold. Okay, so this is the gold. Let's start from the daily chart. I think we discussed about the gold. Even as you can see, the line is still here, and for the long term swing term, I don't think anything changed really. We still have this kind of bearish momentum, and to be honest, that's the level I will take in action. I think we just saw it according to the 4H time frame, and to get a better picture. So first we will go back to see where we can buy, and then we can look up to see where we can sell. And that's the reason I put the line here. I guess, as you can see here, the few small candles and the rally from that level. But I think here it's much better with potential. The profit potential is much higher from this level, which start all this movement. So here and here it's demand, and see what a nice reaction here of this supply. And then this supply had this reaction. Okay, then this supply a bit broke out by this rally here, just a bit, and on and on. This supply, very nice reaction. You can see here exactly at the supply level, and here we are. So we marked the two levels below, and if we need to check where to sell, you can see this supply already tested here. Very good and perfect reaction. Okay, risk this supply, only this. Even if you go only to the last bottom here, it is a great risk reward ratio. And now it seems that this specific bearish momentum ended, since the last high of this momentum already broke out and here, but then the last low of this small wave also broke out. So the price kind of struggling, and there is no decision if we going up or down. Okay, so I don't see any close level that I would consider as a good supply to sell the gold. I would take the risk maybe here at the bottom and open a buy position. Let's take a look on the 15-minute. It's a good one, not perfect, but good enough to take the risk somewhere here at the bottom. Again, only if the price get there slowly and easy. Okay, I would take the risk here to open a buy position, and that's all I can say about the gold for now. Of course, if you have any questions, just write it down. How do I enter a trade when the price is in your supply or demand? There are two ways to take an action. First, if we just touch like here on this supply, I open the trade on the first touch that the price gets this level. At the exact level I decided I want to get in this position, I'm just, you can also use a sell and limit orders, sell and buy limit orders if you already know where you're about to trade. I'll just give you an explanation here, and we can move to the euro against the dollar. Okay, I'm sharing back the MT4 platform, so just let me know if you can see it. Yeah, thank you. All right, thank you, Fadi. So let's go to the euro against the dollar, and I give you the explanation for this. As for now, I can see that here we have supply, and I think I will sell here on the first touch of the price. Seems like a very good supply that continue all this downtrend. I can go here and just now put sell limit order. As you can see, this is exactly where I decided to sell. I'll go to the 15-minute chart maybe to get a better view of this area. I think I would take it a bit lower, maybe here. Okay, just not missing this opportunity. If the price get there, double click on that line. I'll just set the stop loss at least from ahead. Just throw some price to get this line on the chart, and then I can just drag it here a few pips above this level. I think that will be enough. So for now, this is what I would do for euro against the dollar. If I look for a sell position, I think it's a good level to sell. Also below, sorry, here we have a good level for a buy position here. Okay, this level. Now we do have this level, and just below maybe another critical level here. So as a long or swing term traders, I would consider to risk all this. Okay, I'm not sure that this is the first touch here of that level. I think the price would react somewhere here if the price get there, of course. But we can buy here and risk all this level. I will buy at this level only if the price get there before reach this supply above. Because two conclusions. As it looks now, I believe the price tends to reach at least this supply in order to continue this bearish momentum we see. Now, if the price didn't get there, but first go all the way down to this demand, I'm willing to take the risk here and try to take the price all the way up to this level that I believe the price tends to reach. Because if the price already reached this level here, then usually, of course, nothing is for sure, usually the price tends to reach the next available supply, which is here above. Also, we do have supply here between these two candles, and that's the reason of this reaction. If you want to see it, you can roll down to the 15-minute chart. Here it is, and let's go back, put the line at the highest level the price just visit, and also in 15 minutes you cannot see it, but maybe even in 5 minutes, something here probably below these candles, between these candles. And here it is. Okay, this is the 5-minute chart. Here you can see very clear the two small candles that this picture represent exactly supply or demand. Okay, this is what we're looking for. And drop down. This is probably not exactly the first touch, but if you just get inside this position a few pips before the price reach that supply, then you just get a nice profit. Anyway, I think the first touch reflect just here. As you can see here, that's the reason you get this reaction from that level. That's the reason the price stopped here and reverse. All right. The reason is what we saw on the 5-minute charts on the left now. Okay. So this is not valid anymore. By the way, we already have the touch. This and this are the next two levels I will take in action if I was looking for swing or long-term position on euro against the dollar. This is the 4H time frame. My conclusion will be the same. And let's see in 5 minutes if we have something that we can just do a scalping or short term. Except of this supply that already had this nice reaction maybe here above. Okay, we have a level that maybe can give us some reaction of a few pips for scalpers, but nothing except from this. Okay. Okay, any other pairs you prefer to check? Just take a few seconds. If you have any position you want my opinion or other traders' opinion, just write it on the chat box and we can discuss it. Okay. All right, we'll check the pound against the dollar soon. So, okay, let's continue with the pound against the dollar. Okay, here is the pound against the dollar, and the euro AUD we can check after, no problem. We have this demand, this is the reaction at the first touch of this demand. Now the price, as you can see, came back from that level. That's the highest level the price reached. We want to understand why we have this reaction here. Daily chart, we don't have nothing on the left, as you can see. Weekly chart, we do have this level on the left. Now let's go back to the daily chart and roll back all the way. Again, we don't have the clear picture if you have this in 4H time frame. I don't want to switch again to the trading view. So let's go further. I think you understand the meaning of rolling down to the lower time frame to understand exactly what happened here and to be as much as you can accurate with your level you want to get inside this position. Okay, so that's the situation here, and probably there is some kind of supply or maybe a resistance because you can see the price visit at this level in a row few times. So it is a resistance, and resistance support is also a difficult level for the price to break out. Not always happen on the first time, on the second or the third time. We do get some reaction from support and resistance. I'm not saying just to ignore support and resistance. For me, it's a level, a critical level, not to open a position, but to take an action. Let's, for example, if I am in a buy position and we reach a resistance level like this one, I will close my position. Maybe I close part of the position and roll the stop loss. Maybe I just roll my stop loss and I believe that the price will break out this resistance. Anyway, it is a critical levels that needed to take in action if we manage the position properly. Okay, so let's go back to this previous. We can understand why we have this reaction. We can go lower to the 4H time frame, and sorry, that's the current time. We have this situation. You can see what's going on. I'm not sure if you can see it, but look at this. Since the price created, not completed yet, but on his way to create head and shoulders pattern. That's the left shoulder. This is the head. Also, it seems that the buyers are much less power than the sellers, as you can see. But we do have this left shoulder head, and now the price react exactly at the level of the left shoulder here. You can see it's the same line. But the reason probably is some demand that's hiding here. If at this situation I see this picture and I do have a demand level here, I will take the action here. I think we have the same situation in US dollar against the Canadian a week or 2 weeks ago, and I just show you this. So let's roll to the 1H time frame. This is the reaction, and here we cannot see nothing according to this 1H time frame. I'll go to the 15 minutes. Still nothing. I mean, we do have some strong reaction up from this level, but it's a bit hard to be accurate in this situation. We do have demand, but we cannot see according to this 15-minute chart the exactly picture as a few small candles as we can see here and then drop down or rally. So I'm not sure I would take this risk, but you can understand the position here. And if the price will continue, by the way, I think the reaction is this demand. Now it's better. That's the first touch. This is the second, or 1.5 touch, I would call it, because we also have this. It's kind of support. At the moment, I wouldn't take the risk anymore at this level if the price gets back to this level. Okay, and here is the neckline, by the way. If the price will break out this area, it will probably tends to reach the top here. Okay, so I think that's for now. I don't have any other things to suggest at this moment for the pound against the dollar. Let's say that if the price will break out the last low, we can see here on the 4H time frame, then we will probably see the price go all the way down to the next available critical levels, it seems here. Okay, so if that happened and we'll see something like this, then I will look for a new supply in the 15 minutes or 1H time frame, let the price recover, retrace, and sell on the first touch of this new supply that I found. That's for the pound against the AUD. Okay, let's check the euro against the AUD. Euro against the Aussie. All right. Interesting picture, I think. Interesting picture because this is the daily chart. You can see this rally that broke out the last critical level here from the left, just a bit, as you can see. Let's take a look on the 4H time frame and see how it looks. In fact, it seems like a Quasimodo level. The price have all this way down, then this movement just broke out the last high of this downtrend. If it's this one or this one, doesn't matter. It broke both of them. Now the price, it seems like the price kind of compressed down. You can see how the price is struggling to go down easily and slowly. And if the price continue this way and reach that demand below, I think I will buy here on the first touch to risk this level after this reaction, and especially when the price go all the way back so easy and slowly. I think I will take the risk here on the first touch of the price. Let's say we can set a buy limit order, just to give you an example. Drop somewhere the stop loss. Here it is. Take it just below this level, and we have a nice setup for position. Okay, I'll take it a bit lower maybe. Again, at this situation, I would go here for the lower time frame just to be more accurate, to see how it goes in the 15-minute charts, maybe on 1H time frame. But also according to this 4H time frame, I think it's a good level to buy. Consider all the details behind. I mean, this rally and the way that the price back very easy and slow, in the way that the price reached that level, which is on the left here. It's not some difficult or supply that will throw the price back to be bearish. I believe that if we already reach this level, we are probably on the way to reach the top here. And what we're seeing now, it's probably just technical correction. Anyway, I will buy here. By the way, once the price make a new high above the last high of this bearish momentum from the left, it's considered from that moment as a bullish momentum. This bearish momentum ends and the price is bullish. And buy at this level when the price considered as bullish, and you can see how powerless the sellers, it's a good setup for position. Okay, 15-minute charts. Let's see if we find something for the lower time frame. You can see how it looks because the price compressed down, as we can saw in this 4H in the daily chart. On the 15-minute chart, you see how it looks. Okay, just a big mess. The price kind of moving down slash ranging, and this is not kind of chart I would like if I was a scalper or short-term traders. So I wouldn't consider this as a good pair to trade as a short or scalper. All right, I'll take the US dollar against the Swiss at the moment. Here it is. Okay, so you can see, okay, it's very clear. We have this reaction. That's the reason. The two small candles and they drop from that level. Quasimodo, it's a pattern. It's a reversal pattern. I think if you just Google it, you'll find many information about it. I usually don't trade pattern. I don't trade patterns, but I found out that Quasimodo, against combined with a good supply or demand, it's the most reliable pattern, and also it's the pattern that will provide you the best risk-reward ratio potential. And you can find also on our blog, I think, some articles about Quasimodo. Okay, you're welcome. All right, so here it is. This is the reaction. This is the reason. It's very clear. You can see it in your eyes. Supply and reaction. This is the reaction. We get back to this supply after the price became bullish. Not the perfect setup, but still we get this nice reaction so far. Okay, now let's go to the 4H time frame, see what's going on. I think that's what we saw on the left. We can just mark what we see on the left. We had this level here, and we had all this above. But we have another one here above. I think the price didn't reach there yet. Okay, now you can see very clear what's going on. This delay and this reaction is the first supply we just marked, as you can see by this line. That's the reason. This is the second line we marked according to the left, what we saw on the 4H time frame, and that's the reaction so far. Also here it seems the price create a inversal head and shoulders pattern. You can see it. It's amazing. Also this one. This is the left shoulder. This is the head. All this. And it seems the price just stopped here exactly at this demand, which just by case, it's the same level as the left shoulder here. And we do have, at least we had this reaction. For now, it's not valid anymore. If the price gets back to this level, I'm not about to buy here anymore. But let's take this one as a potential for buy position. We had this demand, by the way, already checked, and 1.5. Then the price a bit broke out this level. So this is the next one. Let's see how it looks on the 15-minute chart. You can see now we can be a bit more accurate. Seems that the runaway starts from here, at least from this 15-minute chart. You can see this one. Let's go back to the 1H time frame, and I will buy here on the first touch, risk all this level here approximately, and we can consider to sell here above. I would like to see how it looks on this 15-minute chart. I can definitely consider to sell at this level. To be honest, as usually from my experience, the price tends to reach the top one. So I think this one above is more potential. I would risk all this top if the price gets back to this last high the price created. I will sell there again on the first touch of the price. Now this is how it, oops. This is how it looks. So if I would look for position as a swing or long-term traders, maybe even intraday, those are the next two critical levels I would consider to take in action. Buy here at the bottom and sell here at the top. Okay, as you can see from this chart, we have nothing to look for in this 5 minutes or 15-minute chart at these levels. You can see how it looks. Since the price ranging, I would like the price to create a new fresh demand or to break out this level or this one. Then maybe I will look for something in the 5 or 15-minute chart for scalping or short-term traders. Okay, I think the last one we will check, it's the pound against the yen. This one. Let's just someone ask. Okay, I just upload an idea regarding this pair on our trading idea platform, and that's the reason you can see these lines here. And I mark these lines because I believe that if the price, as you can see, it seems that the price after this bullish momentum, it seems that the price now stuck, and we might see kind of double top. Okay, for now it is not double top. Only if the price will break out this support, then we can look up and say, okay, we have double top. At the moment we still don't have this. Okay, and we do have this situation. It seems the price created here a supply somewhere here at the top. That's the reason probably for this reaction and delay. And I think I'll go back to the 4H time frame because the picture is much clearer. If the price break out this support, then we will probably, with a high probability, will see the price go all the way down to this demand. I'm not saying that once the price break this level, we should sell immediately. What I'm saying is, if that happened, then I will look for the last supply that the price created on its way down, let the price correct, and sell on the first touch. And that will be the final target for this position if that happened, which is also a great demand for a long position on the pound against the yen. You have a 250 pips buffer between these levels is more than enough to find something if the price break out this level. On the daily chart, we can try to understand why we have this reaction from the left. We don't see. On the weekly chart, we can see probably something here, not probably, it is something here that hiding a kind of resistance or supply, and that's the reason. 15-minute chart, I'm not sure I would consider to look for something. You can see how it looks from the moment this week start. This is not a chart for scalpers. I mean, unless you have a very good strategy, a different one. According to supply and demand, I don't have any good reason to stay on this chart if I was a scalper or intraday trader. Maybe to buy here at the bottom, but it is a risky one. Okay, I think that's all for today. Thank you for joining, and really thank you for participating in our trading room, and I hope you enjoy it. And I think if you just stay focused, supply and demand method, I think you'll find it very useful and good. Uh, okay, I wish you all a very successful trading week. See you the same time tomorrow. Thank you. Bye bye.